Everybody, and welcome to Hex Token channel. Woohoo! We're back again, special live stream. And of course, we're covering the super hyped XEN crypto launch, day number 2. And of course, there's an intraday live view because we're somewhere in day 2, maybe about 1.5 days, something like that. So pretty cool. Are we 1.5 days? I guess we're coming up to 1.5. It's about that. It's probably around about 1.5. In fact, it's probably pretty close to that, but that's pretty much it. Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. And of course, oh yes, says BC. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, look at this. Global rank 409,000, man. Is that insane in the membrane or what? So what were we in the first live stream? I'm just trying to remember where we were, actually. We were at 300 and something, were we? 365, something like that. Anyway, look at that. But some of the key stuff here, we've got a global rank of 409,000. But of course, because we hit the 400, every 100,000, we drop the EAA, the early bonus there, the early amplifier. What's it? The early amplifier, early adopter amplifier bonus there is dropped by 0.1% every 100,000. So we're down to 9.6 now. So it's starting to get chipped away. Chip, ching, ching. As we go up there, of course, the next once we reach 500,000, that will go down by another 0.1. We'll be down at 9.5%. Obviously, once we get to 10 million wallets, that will be down at 0. And as I said, the current run rate was something like 35 days or something like that ballpark. Let's see how we go. Obviously, we're in the weekend, so the gas is the lowest. But of course, the XEN contract itself has been contributing to almost half of the gas cost. So we'll see what it's like during the week when all the other dApps and people are on the blockchain. Typically, you might have lower gas during the weekend, higher gas during the week, and therefore you really want to mint all your tokens in the weekend, right? So you want to mint your tokens in the weekend. There's a bit of mint cheap, sell high kind of thing. That's kind of the play there when the gas prices are probably going to be higher during the week. It's probably what we're going to expect. I think a lot of people are going to love XEN. A lot of people are going to hate it. Especially in other projects, you go, what the heck? Why is the gas price always up all the time? But it sustains this sort of momentum. People will be out there going, why is the gas price? We're supposed to have this proof of stake. We're supposed to improve the environment, not the cost. But of course, we were so used to under 10 Gwei in the bear market. So that was pretty much it. All right, so cool. The other thing, of course, is the mixed term has gone up. Obviously, we're heading up to 1 million wallets approximately. We'll get up to about 400 on the max term days. So we've got about 21 days before we hit that. Obviously, the curves over. We might look at that on the white paper later on. The AMP, of course, every day that goes down by 1 over 8 years, basically, to get down to 0 there. We're at 2,992. The APY for staking starts off at 20%. And, of course, every 90 days, it's going to go down by 1%. And that will flatten out at 2%. I think it's something like 600 days, but we'll check that on the white paper as well. Just confirm that. That's pretty much that on the key metrics. Let's get into the chat, folks, and we're going to keep refreshing that. We've got lots of different cool stuff to look at around the XEN, so stay tuned. I haven't heard anything around BSC or Polygon yet. We were expecting potential launch for that. Let us know if you're in Telegram, you've heard anything about that. I'm not in Telegram, so just the way it goes. Hex Holders in the house there. This was a while ago now. And more than 2 hours, I could sleep. That's true. Sandy Beach for sure is asleep. That is true too. Blobfish King in house there. Woo! Bonus stream. I missed the afternoon streams. Love your streams. Hex Token says Blobfish King. Hey, you're welcome, man. It's always fun to do it. And there's so much on Blobfish King. So much on. Simple Believer as well. I just watched the earlier stream. Nice one. Appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed that. It was actually a pretty good one, I thought. We had a good time in that first stream. Genuine says, hey, yeah, good to see you, Genuine. Rothko says, never stop streaming, Superman. I'll do my best, Rothko. I'll do my best. Brennan says you convinced me to get some Maccas soon. Yeah, well, this is the way it goes. Try the Big Mac. The Big Mac's pretty tasty with that special sauce. Brennan's in there as well. Howdy, everybody. And of course, Jonathan Kapala. Hey, Jonathan. Yo, yo, yo. Always a pleasure to see Jonathan. How was your meetup with? I think you met up with Crypto Heartbeat and Rags to Riches in Texas somewhere. So let us know how that was, Jonathan. We're really keen on that. And of course, DB there. Hey. Good to see you, DB. Being Rich Dixon's in house says, what do you think about the future potential liquidity that would push the price higher? Or do you think that I think once everybody claims they were done pushing the price down? Well, we're already seeing that, Being Rich, and that was expected. So we're going to look at some metrics around that, and you can decide for yourself. We're going to look at that stuff, and we're already seeing that play out. It's fairly predictable, to be honest. At the moment, imagine a small balloon. This is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and of course, it's kind of front run as well. If you look at time over time, it's front run really big up near close. We're going to look at that though. We've got a cool website. So if we're interpreting the website correctly, you'll see what I mean. We have got the title video, The Future of Zen Crypto. And of course, XEN Intra Day 2 live results is what we're doing, covering now. And of course, Zen will be copied onto the Pulsechain. Yes, please. And of course, that's going to be fun to see that play out as well. So at least 4 chains, BSC and Polygon. But of course, I think he has Jack Levin, Google employee number 21, has talked about other chains potentially. And of course, if you're going to dominate so many chains and you've got such virality going on with your network effect playing out, then it'd be pretty cool to see phase 2. Maybe some utility partnerships, things like that. That'd be pretty cool. And I mean utility like power companies, all that would be cool. I'm talking about just anything that sort of helps adoption. That would really elevate the crypto itself. Anyway, so hopefully he's got a few connections, right? If he's a Google employee number 21. Anyway, let's get on to some of the stuff. We're going to come back and check this. Obviously, if you want to mint at the moment, you need to connect your wallet. And, of course, just put the number of days that you want to mint for. And then, of course, you have to wait till that last day, of course, before you can claim that mint. And then just stake, pretty much mint that. It's pretty easy to do. And of course, the link's not in the video description, but if you join the link to our Discord, you can go to Discord, jump into our Pulsechain projects, go to new token links. And of course, down the bottom there, you'll see the XEN free claim. We've got all the links there. So be careful of fake Zen contracts, including on BSC and Polygon and Ethereum. So be careful. There was already one before Zen was already launched. There was already a fake contract being traded. Be careful, you'll just get ripped off, right? So the real thing is trading now. So this is the real contract. Obviously, you can confirm that with official links like Jack Levin's channel on Telegram, etc. The Uniswap pair, of course, trading is on here, and the MEXC, the centralized trading, is on this pair here. So a USD tether there, and we're going to have a look at both of those trading pairs. We've got the official sites, of course, the Zen Network, which is the one we're on right now, and of course you can see that is this one here. So that's the one we're on at the moment. So all the links are here in Discord. We've also got the white paper, which we'll probably pull up, actually. I'm going to pull it up and pull it in here somewhere. Yeah. So we're going to look at that briefly, just to review that. And, of course, we've also got the calculator, and we actually got the calculator up today. We've got where's the calculator gone? Calculator, where is the calculator? Calculator's here somewhere, man. I swear I opened this up. Where's the calculator? There's the calculator. Yay! We found the calculator there. We will be looking at that too. So that's cool. And what else we've got? We've got video by Jack Levin there showing how to use the calculator, and of course the testnet there, which is a bit old school now because we've got the live stream. So pretty cool. I did 5 videos on how to mint Zen and all that sort of stuff. You want to check that out. Plus a few little notes there as well to think about. Don't retweet your C rank out. It's attached to your wallet address, and you really don't want to dox yourself there. This little slide here is really cool. If you want to have a basic visual understanding of how it works, you can see the mint benefits there. Just die out over 8 years. The staking benefit there moves down to 2% over 4 years. Gives you a big idea. It's also got the EAA, the early adopter rank there. That drops down 0.1% every 100,000 in our C rank, or the global rank. Basically, all the people that come after you, the total number there. So pretty cool there. I love that little graphic. Definitely check that out. All right, so I think we've covered that. The link's in the video description. Join that. Have we hit 800 members? Oh, we're so close. 799 members. Maybe you can be number 800. That's pretty much it. Let me go to the welcome here. What we've got there. Fizzlebang. I think Fizzlebang's number 800 actually. I think Fizzlebang might have got that. So let's give Fizzlebang. I guess we're going to have to give Fizzlebang a Hex Token channel pump one there for number 800. A nice one. So it looks like we've hit 800, folks. Fizzlebang won't show up straight away, so it comes in a bit later. Very cool. We're 800. Nice. Very nice. I'll put that in when we can actually see 800, but we'll basically hit that. Very, very cool. All right, so cool. If you like good community, good information, our Discord's pretty bro like that. Let's do a refresh and see how we're going on here. Cannot call a class as a function. Yep, that's some programming there. 411,000. Oh my goodness, this thing is racing away. It was only a couple of minutes we've been talking, and already it's up to 411,000. My goodness. And of course, the EAA is the big move, down to 9.6% after we crossed 400,000 wallets, and the max term has gone up to 379 days. I think when we finished our first live stream about 6 hours ago, it was at 376 or I think 376, something like that. Maybe 377, sorry. And that's pretty much that one there. And those two have moved. Pretty cool. Let's jump over to some of the contracts here. We're going to have a look at this website, which I actually included on the overview there. So I might actually put that in the Discord afterwards. Let's have a look at Jonathan. Says, I met Hexy Ray, Rags, Crypto Heartbeat, Ray AK Tesco, and David Lee. They are even better in person. Amazing people. Shook hands and gave hugs to each of them. A great night. Jonathan, that's beautiful, man. Appreciate that. And I have been watching a few of their vlogs that have been posting about their little Texas tour as well, as the Texan token is about to wrap up in a couple of days, I think, isn't it? With their sacrifice, and of course the first endowment token on the blockchain. Of course, that will be copied over into Pulsechain, I guess, by the time they launch, I guess, or maybe it'll just launch straight away on Pulsechain. We'll find out. Daz says, well, one-day minters are cleaning up. Huge buys are coming in on a Zen. And one-day minters are cleaning up. Yeah, huge buys coming on Zen. True that, Daz. 31 ETH, 40,000 buy for Zen. We're going to quickly look at that too. Hey, Tintop's in the house there. What's up? What's up, Tintop? Good to see you, Tintop. And Katie as well. Always a pleasure. Katie's in the house. All right, so this is a website on June.com. Someone's done a little report on here, which you can find reports and all sorts of cool stuff. And here we are. So we're going to refresh this actually. Now, the data's based on hourly, so it's probably a little delayed because we can see that we've got 411,000 here on the global rank. So let me actually just double check what that is. We've got minters at 403,000. So a little gap on there. So presumably this is closer to that number. And of course, it's got the total claimed. It's got the update on hourly. So I think this is kind of updating every hour. So we've got 402,000 on this particular number here. And we've got 1 day. So if I'm assuming this is the minted amount here, we've got some gas use as well, which we've been talking about the gas use a lot. We can actually see on the gas there, we've got currently about 22, 23, which is actually lower than it has been most of the day. And we can see that the Zen contract is number one numero uno. Look at that thing. I'm going to refresh this actually. Yeah, 41.66% of the whole gas on Ethereum there, 41.66% over 24 hours is the Zen contract. Unbelievable. And of course, we're in day 2 here. And almost 1.9 million US dollars. And of course, it's been contributing massively to the burn on Ethereum. So it's been pretty impressive there. Over the last 3 hours, though, 52%. That's even higher than I saw earlier in the day. $360,000, 239 ETH there. This thing is just not stopping. That's even a higher percentage of the gas there. It's above Uniswap version 3 in Seaport there. Crazy stuff, right? So that's pretty impressive. Now, let's have a look at the hourly here. You can see the claims here over the first hour since launch. We've been going up and then down. And I had an average of about 12,400. Obviously, you can see that will disappear on the hour. We've been up at 15,000 in the second hour, down to 9,500 here. And onwards we went. We got up to 15,000 again, came back down. Got pretty low during this period here, 4,800, and then way back up to 13. Away we went, got up to 13,800. Look, it's pretty unrelenting. Look at this at the moment. Pretty intense. And of course, the totals just keep going up here to 402. So that red line is the aggregation. So all these adding up, all these candles here. And up we went towards over the 400,000. Amazing. So these are the hourly claims in blue and the total as it goes up in the red line. Pretty crazy stuff. All right, so cool. Here is some of the interesting stuff. Obviously, we've been talking about the market price. So let's have a look at this. We've got, apparently, if I'm interpreting this correctly, claim term days. We've got, look at this, 97,640 within 1 day. Get out of here. Man, that's amazing. I knew that was going to be high, but that's even higher than I suspected. It looks like the majority, like a huge number of the wallets, almost 1 in 4. It's unbelievable. 2 days to 30 days, you got 83,000. So, wow, okay. This shocked me a little bit. And, of course, the people playing the short game here, very speculative. We know it's speculative in entertainment, but this is pretty crazy stuff. Then we get out to 30, 60 days. We're down to 16,000 minting maturity there. And then, of course, 60, 90 days at 9,000. 90 days to 120 days, that's not surprise. Obviously, the default was 100. We've got 43,000 there. A lot of people probably chose 100 there, and that's right in the middle park. We're pretty low all the way through to 120, 150, 180, 180, 210. I've got some out here, 210, so that's a nice little gap in here, interestingly enough. So that's going to be interesting in terms of price structure. And then, of course, all the way up, we start ballooning back out at 300 days onwards. Look at us, 330 to 360. We got 50,000 in there at the moment, and 39 over and 36, 360 plus. So remember that at the moment, 379 is the max term you can do. So if I'm interpreting that correctly, that is a huge amount up front out of the 400,000. That's a massive amount there up the front. So pretty crazy stuff there. Now, obviously, the XEN term claims, we can also see that here as well. Distributions in here, and of course we've got 25% at the 1 day, 21% between 2 and 30 days. So just a different view of this chart, and so it shows you how much is front running. And of course that's having an impact on the price as we expected. I expected the price to have that anyway, even without such heavy percentages at the beginning. But yeah, people playing the short game on this, massive. And of course, look at the chart. Down it goes. This is on Uniswap. Down it goes. Woohoo! Now, I expected to go down like this. It's actually taken a little bit longer than I expected it to go down, but it's currently down at 1/10 of a penny. The high was 1.5 cents. I'm telling you, that's a 15x from where it is now. You were lucky if you got out early here. Boy, oh boy, were you lucky. And then, of course, down it gone, 1/10 of a penny. What will it be tomorrow? Will it be instead of 2 zeros, will there be 3, 4 zeros, 4 zeros? Let me know in the chat what you think. Don't forget to hit our poll as well. The poll's in the house there. So we've got 40 votes. Repeat poll. How many, there's a repeat from the first live stream. How many XEN mints have you made? 1 to 5, 6 to 15, 16 to 25, or 26 or more. Let me know in the chat if you've done over 100. Let me know if you've done over 100. All right, so cool. One there. So we're at 1/10 of a penny at the moment. There have been buyers though. Look at this, buying $1,700. I feel like when you're buying here, you're just buying into a falling knife. All these people buying, they're buying into a falling knife here. So it's just crazy. Can't they see the chart? Can't they see the volumes coming out? I don't know. It's just not a stay in the office there. 1,000. I mean, these are the, it's just, yeah. You wouldn't be catching me buying into this market. We had a 10,000 one here. We had this big spike as well on Uniswap. Look at that. That was a trader, of course. That was up here. Look at that one here. This one here. That was that 16 million XEN was bought and sold. And of course, they ended up taking out $3,500 out of the liquidity pool with that trade. So they followed in after this one here, up at 17. So it probably triggered the opportunity in the liquidity pool. So that's pretty much it on liquidity. We can see $71,000 in there at the moment, 43 million XEN in the pool there. And of course, $25,700 US. On the 24-hour, we've had $1 million of volume, 500 buys on the Uniswap. There were actually probably 5 other pairs. I think this is the biggest one, the USDC. And of course, the sales there, 834. So sellers, it's almost 2 to 1, not quite 2 to 1, but pretty crazy on the 24-hour basis. Last 6 hours, definitely like a 2 to 1, over 2 to 1 sell ratio on 6 hours. One there, 4 to 1, 4 to 1. Can you believe it? That's crazy. 4 to 1 ratio there the last hour. That's just accelerated in here. Let's have a look at obviously MEXC Global. So obviously Uniswap is decentralized exchange. MEXC is centralized, and we can see the same profile playing out here, folks. the same profile. And look at that. It's currently at 001, same price. Sometimes they have separated. The price is separated, but not for long. I have seen some pretty severe separations during the day, but not for long. So at the moment, they're pretty much tracking at the same 1/10 of a penny. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So cool. Let's go back to here. So that's some interesting stuff. Obviously, with all these wallets and people coming out every minting 1-day mints, we can see why 25%, 97,640 approximately based on this data. At least we're coming out. So big deal there. Tomorrow's probably no unrelenting there. So that's pretty crazy. We can actually see XEN claim distribution within 30 days. So this is even more telling. We can see the massive amounts up here. It says 105,000 day one in total. And then day two, day three, we've got 21,000. So the first couple of days really heavy with people coming out with their mints. Maybe might get a bit of a recovery after day four. Maybe we might get a recovery in the price after day four. It just comes down a little bit there. Day 5, day 7. I have one coming out on day 7. I know a couple of people have some coming in this pool here of day 7. And then, of course, day 10, you got some 9,000 there, and away you go. So maybe after 4 days, 5 days, maybe we might get a bit of a pullback here, and maybe the price might ease off. We'll see. We'll see how it happens there. At the moment, of course, it's just dropped below 1/10 of a penny. There you go, folks. 3 zeros. And maybe by the time we're here tomorrow, maybe we have 4 zeros. Maybe we'll have 5 zeros. I don't know. It's but at the moment, it does seem to be just stepping down. But of course, this profile does give a bit of an idea of what possibly might happen. Maybe we'll ease off 4 or 5 days into the contract. Maybe the price will find a bit more stability. Maybe buyers will be able to outdo the sellers, perhaps. We will see. So that's pretty interesting. What else there? We got some of the latest addresses in here. This is a little delayed, I think, the time zone, because like update every hour, I think, based on this. I think that's pretty much it. So XEN claimed here, distribution as well. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what this is talking about here. Let me look here. 4 o'clock. I think this is the hourly as well. 365. This is in total XEN as well in terms of the claim. So pretty interesting here. 363 million out there. What's that? This is the total one. 87 million. It's definitely been increasing a lot. So interesting there. That chart's a little bit harder to interpret, but basically the amount's been going up and up and up as the hours have gone up long. Maybe people are staking out longer is the case there. All right, let's have a little refresh and going to get back in the chat there. Welcome, everybody. Special live stream covering intraday results for the second day, the future of XEN crypto. And of course, we've been looking at the current life of it. We'll probably talk a little bit more about the actual future. We got 413,000. Yeah, crazy stuff. And of course, once we hit 400,000, the EAA went down to 9.6%. So that's starting to really get edged off, right? Once we hit a 10 million on here, this will be down at 0. And of course, once we hit 1 million wallets, this max term will be probably maxed out at around 400 days. So pretty crazy. That might take another 2-3 days. And of course, that there would be down. The AMP would be down at 2,996 or something like that. So pretty crazy there. Oh, we've clocked over the days. 2 days since Genesis. I didn't even pick that up. That just must have just happened. So yeah, I said earlier that we must be around about. That's come up on 2 days. Does that make sense? I'm just trying to think. Or maybe that's because it's flipped over to the. Let me think about that. I'm pretty sure it was early yesterday morning, early this morning. That doesn't make quite sense to me. So that's maybe we're just confirming we're in the second day. So a little interesting there. Anyway, let's have a look at the total supply at the moment. 482 million has been total supply, so we're really jumping up in the supply. Obviously, it's like a balloon. It's just inflating, blah, 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 especially with all these short-term stakes in liquid. We're at 473 million there. And, of course, we saw how many wallets, huge number of wallets have been short-term 1 day. We saw a massive amount. So if we're interpreting this correctly on here, 97,640 on day one. But this chart here says it's even slightly higher, 105,000. So that's pretty crazy stuff right there. All right, cool. What else is down here? We've got this chart down here too. That's not quite clear on how that one's working, but that's pretty interesting. What else? We got 9 million staked now. So 9 million staked. That's pretty interesting because the APY is 20%, moves down 1% every 90 days. So that's kind of where we're at this moment. Pretty cool. Oh, we're down to 0009, folks. Man, oh man, and it's also 0009 on the MEXC, sorry, as well. All right, so let's get into the chat. We've got a few more comments, I guess. We're going to leave it back on the global rank there. Let me catch up here. John says just depends on Daryl. When I minted it around $5 gas, that's pretty good actually. $5 gas there, Jonathan, compared to now the weekend's going to be cheaper gas, right? So if the week is going to be more expensive, and of course we see how XEN has been contributing over the weekend, presumably it's going to become a smaller share, but also keep the price elevated. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, what influence that has on the price as well. Obviously, making probably the price higher there. So definitely you want to mint cheaper gas on the weekend, and then if you were selling short term, you'd want to wait to higher gas, and that might lift the price a bit there, as well as the profile of minting coming out over the next couple of days, as we just saw on that database. Guys, where to buy XEN? Uniswap isn't showing me the token. Billy Mouth says. Well, you can mint it yourself, Billy Mouth, or you can buy it. So I've got the links on the Discord here. You can jump to all the links here. New token links. Link to Discord's in the video description. New token links is here, and of course you can go to XEN here up the top, and of course here is the official trading pairs here on Dex screener for Uniswap and on a MEXC there as well. Now there are about 5 or 6 trading pairs. You just got to make sure you're using the right contract. That is the right contract there. There is a scam contract running on all those on BSC, Polygon, and Ethereum. So make sure you're using the official contract. But these are the links there and all the official sites there, and you can go check those, of course. Even though I've put them there, you can go check You can go check my stuff. All right, cool. All right, we hit 800 members. Woohoo! In Discord. Nice, man. Wow, we hit 800 members. That's worth. We hit. Let me just do everything. Everybody. Everyone. Yay. We hit 800 members. I guess Hex Token Discord members. Party. I was hoping it was going to pull up a party, but it didn't party. All right, cool. Yay. Send, yep. Boom. All right, cool. Let's party that and party. Let's do it. Bam, 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 bam. All right, nice. And let's put a punch out there and a Superman. It's not every day you hit a milestone on live stream, so we might as well kick that all out. So let's do X, and we'll do the Pulsechain, and we'll do Pulsechain. Boom. All right, cool. Well done, everybody. We hit 800 members, onwards to 850. That's pretty much it. We go by 50s, and we got Fizzle Bang in there. Good to see you, Fizzle Bang. All right, cool. Let's jump out of there. What else there? We got DB Cooper says Hex. Hex is the goat, that's for sure. Contract, paste the contract address into Uniswap. That's true. What else there? And let's jump through here. We're going to go through a bit more. What else there? Let's jump into some of this. Let's go through there. Boom, boom, boom. Jump through there. I think we're up to that. So I'm just going through it. KD, 800 members. Yeah, awesome, mate, KD. 800 members. Well done, everybody. Rothko as well. Next Hex Token. Hey, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Let's do a burn on that. Nice. I don't know what the burn. I think the burn's a good thing, right? So that's pretty much it. Let's refresh. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Dum, 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 dum. All right, 414,657. We're rocking it, man. This is so much fun. If you refresh, it goes up by thousands. You're like, who the heck is out there doing this? There's bots out there, right? Bots. And of course, someone was talking about a big exchange doing it as well. Now let's go to the contract. So we've looked at the data analysis, which is pretty cool. I will post that in the chat there if you want to check this one out. Obviously, I think it updates every hour. So just remember the slight delay, I would say, from the live data. But that is the link there. Let's jump over to the XEN there. That's the XEN price at the moment. That's the XEN price on the MEXC Global. We have, obviously, you can confirm the amount supply in here on the contract. So this is the official contract, OX06 Just make sure the middle's right too. Some of the scammers somehow have been able to manipulate one of these. I don't know how they do it, but that's the way it goes. We've got 6FB8 there, and of course that is the contract at the moment. We've got the holders of the contract at the moment. So we've got 1,613 holders. Maybe yesterday we had, was it 712? So it's definitely gone up there. 681 million, and of course you can see that matches this liquid supply here. If I update, that is, I'll just update though. It will match pretty much the same. So cool. This one here is this one here, which has just gone up. So people are minting, folks. That's why it keeps going up. So 482 million, that matches this one here, 482 million. And of course, there's 9 million staked, which means the total supply is 491 million. That's pretty much how that works. All right, so we're going to go to holders, and we can see that the MEXC centralized exchange is the number one there, 42%, holding 202 million now. So that is reflecting this exchange here. So this exchange has 42%. Oh, it's got a new count there, Mex, or at least it's come to the top. MEXC.com 3. So presumably this is a related account to MEXC. It's got 51 million in there, 10%. So it looks like they've got half, 50%, folks, of the volume sitting on their wallet, which means there are actually more holders. If you think about it, of people holding XEN on that exchange. So that's pretty much it. We're then followed by Uniswap over here. Uniswap is USDC, which is this one here, I think, the one I've been showing you. Yeah, so it's that one there. So it's 43 million. So you can sort of see how it all lines up together. And so forth. And then we've got some of the whales, right? So here are some of the whales. These are some of the ones that may have used some code, may have gone in hard, and a bit like bots setting up accounts, something like that. Maybe a few coders on top of these top wallets. Some of them may just be people that decided to go through manually and make heaps of wallets. Maybe use some sort of gas distributor, that sort of thing, and so forth. So that's pretty much it. So cool. All right, cool. Gas dispenser, I guess, to multiple wallets, that sort of thing. So that's pretty cool. Now, obviously, we've got the white paper. So let's have a cool look at some of these metrics. This is a review of some of the things that are happening. So we're going to jump over to the key metrics. So these are the 3 key metrics for the minting phase. And of course, this is the key metric for the staking once you get to staking. And we can see we only haven't got many people staking at the moment, only 9 million, which I guess is probably not the design of the project, but this is the way it goes. So that's where we're at the moment. So let's get on to this one. I'm just going to scroll down to some of the key stuff. We're not going through the white paper. I'm not doing a read through. We're just doing some looking at the pictures, the pretty pictures. Now look at the pretty pictures. All right, so cool. Here is the free mint term, and of course this is the first one here. So if we go to the free mint days here, we've got the max term mint. Obviously, that for the first 5,000 wallets that started off at 100. Once that hit, it went over to 300, and then it started dynamically going up after that. And it's going to get up to, once we get to about 1 million wallets from 5,000, it's going to level off at 400 days, which is the max period. So really, if you think about it, if you want to mint wallets all the way up to 400 wallets, because you're going to be minting well before some of the first 5,000, they may have minted to 100 days. You're going to be getting increases all the way from 400 days because people are coming in after you. And so they're going to be finished. They have to have claimed, and you will still be going. So that's kind of a cool play, right? So if you're looking at this long term, that's the play there. So that's pretty cool. So you can see that here. Obviously, we started really low, and of course, it started to head up here. We're now getting up to 405, so we can go straight up here actually. And this is kind of where we are at the moment. So looking good. We're just past here, probably in here. And of course, as you can see, we've got 805,000. So maybe around 1 million or so. Maybe just a bit higher than 1 million, we will get up to 400 days, and I think it just taps out at that length there. So that's pretty cool. There's the formula there. We're not going to get into all that, but that's pretty much it on the global rank term limits. So that's the first one. So that's on the term limits there. That's going to obviously tap out. That could be only maybe 3 days away before we hit the top of that chart. So before we get up to here, might be only 3 days away, something like that. Maybe even earlier. Who knows? 2 days away, 2 days away. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get back to that one. Now we're going to have a look at another one of the key things. So late at the end of so you go for the mint phase. So if you're new, you go to the mint page and you would connect your wallet, and then you would put the number of days you want to mint. And of course, that's going to impact how much XEN you're going to get. Longer pays better. And of course, once you've done that, of course, you at the end of it, you have to claim it. You have to claim it. And if you don't claim it, you get penalized. So it's a pretty big penalty. And of course, we can see that on the penalty table here. If you're on day 1 when it matures, day 0 when it matures, you get 0% penalty. If you're 1 day late at maturity, so let's say you mint for 100 days. If it becomes day 101, then you get 100 days. You can basically mint it. If it becomes 101, you get 1% penalty. 102, 2% penalty. You get 3% penalty. 103, 8% penalty, etc. So if you're 7 days late, say 107 days, and you've minted for 100 days, and you're going to lose all of it. So all your mint's going to be gone. So it's a waste of time. You've lost your gas fee as well. So it's a pretty big deal. So that's pretty heavy penalty for not claiming. I think a lot of people won't end up minting, claiming their mints. So we're going to see a lot of stuff just disappear. It's going to be pretty crazy. So they won't be able to mint it, basically. So it won't exist. That's pretty much it. So the penalty for non-claiming minting XEN is progressive and becomes 100% after 7 days. This means that after 7 days, claiming minting XEN is not possible no matter how many days the term of participation was. So I think we'll have quite a few people fall in that camp, to be honest. You think about it, people not thinking about their calendar, not checking in on their wallets, things like that. So it's going to be crazy. Maybe the only ones that won't forget are the bots that people write. Maybe they're the only ones, because they got code, maybe the only ones that remember. I don't know how they do that, but, they've probably done stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. All right, so that's the kind of how that works. So let's get into a couple other basics that are going on here. Staking, of course, once you end up claiming, you have the option to hold it, sell it, or you can stake it. And of course, staking is going to start off at 20%. So you're going to start off with 20%. Then after 90 days, if you don't stake within the next 90 days, so this is a global 90 days. So after 90 days, you don't stake it, you're only going to get 19%. If you decide to stake after 180 days, then you only get 18%, etc. Keeps going on like that until we get to 1,600 days. So I did say 1,600 days earlier. That seems I was right about that. So it gets off at 2%, and thereafter it's just 2%, right? So the inflation is going to be low at 2%. Basically, as long as you're growing your community, I guess, more than 2% at that point in time, then that's fine. So very low environment. But at the moment, of course, we've got this massive ballooning inflation, and of course, it's going to go for quite a bit of time here, as you can see. So that's pretty much that on the inflation. So on the APY here, let's have a quick look. I think we've got a couple other little things we're going to have a quick look at here as well. I think is that it, what we're doing there. I think that's it. So cool. The other thing, of course, is on this the AMP that will go down at 1 every day. So this is going to slowly go down over 8 years. 1 every day, the AMP, and the EA there, of course, is going to go down 0.1% every 100,000 we hit. So the next time this will go down to 9.5% as an early claim bonus, pretty much, is going to be when we hit 500,000 wallets. So pretty exciting there. Now that won't go to 0 until we hit 10 million wallets, and of course that's pretty much it. And of course the max term will get to 400, the max probably 400 minting period, which is awesome, right? Because you're going to get so many wallets coming in after you. That's kind of the max there, and that will be after about 1 million wallets, and that could be maybe 2-3 days time. The current run rate that we're on at the moment, it's probably 3 days is probably more reasonable. So let's do a refresh and see where we're up to at the moment. So that's some of the cool stuff. It was good to go through that. I hope you guys that are less familiar, that was useful, and hopefully I didn't go too fast. Oh, we just hit 380 days. Woo-hoo! Nice. We just hit 380 days, folks. There's like 20 days left to go to the top there. We're at 416. That's some crazy stuff right there. And of course, if we go to our chart back up here, you can see that's going to taper off, right? It gets going to take longer and longer. But we're currently in here. Is that crazy? Currently in here, it's going to slowly take more wallets to get us to here. But once, of course, we hit 1 million, we'll be going. We're going so fast anyway. We'll tick through that. And that's pretty crazy. All right, cool. What else? Let's get who else is in the house there. We've got Matt and Barley. Hello, everybody. Good to see you, Matt, as always. Matt and Barley says average $5 to $6 gas fee for me, 6 wallets, $3.69. That's pretty good, Matt. Actually, that's a pretty good rate, $5 or $6. And some of the people that were early ended up doing like $40 and stuff like that. It was really high, right? Because the wave was up really high. When the first people were trying to mint those first 5,000, would have paid quite a bit more gas. So just the way it goes. All right, cool. That's some of the metrics there. Look at us climbing like so fast. Really crazy. We hit 380 days on the live stream here. I don't know if we're going to hit 500,000 during the live stream. We're 40 minutes through already. But that's some of the cool stuff. So let's have a look. This is a really cool website. I'll probably add that to the Discord as well. And of course, the price here has, we had a little bit of green candle here. That's pretty funny. Let's go auto log on that. And look at that. That's pretty crazy on that one. That is on the 15-minute chart. Let's go to the hourly here on Uniswap maybe. That looks even more dramatic on the hourly. That is the hourly on Uniswap, folks. And of course, down. We started off the hour at just over 1/10 of a penny. We're down at 0009 now. Wowza. Look at all the selling coming in here. Crazy. I can't believe people are buying into a falling knife, honestly. Just a little bit disturbing. But anyway, I think it may be a 2-3 days before it tapers off, based on the data here. If this is fairly this is fairly accurate, I guess. And that is that we've got all these wallets coming out. But it maybe it's going to be 4 or 5 days before we get a bit of reprieve. Maybe day 3 or 4. Maybe we'll get a bit of a bounce. But yeah, it could just get sold down continually. And here, especially with this big giant number of people here. No, not everyone's going to sell down, of course, but rationally, you probably would. I don't know. And maybe people say, well, I saw it at 1.5 cents. I'm not selling it below 1/10 of a penny. So maybe getting a bit of that going too. But here we are at the moment. After that, of course, it gets pretty thinned out for the first 30 days based on this data. And, of course, way to go. I can't believe so many of the numbers are so early on. That's even more than I suspected. I thought there'd be a lot, but not quite that many. All right, let's go into the calculator. A calculator is pretty cool, right? So I like this. We're going to have a look at the functionality here. Remember, the first 5,000, we had, I guess we would put that to 0. First 5,000, we had 100, right? We had 3,000 on the AMP and 10% on the early adoption app fly there. So you got the first person would get 330,000. But of course, so when we got the first person, as soon as you start adding people at the beginning, so this is when it launched, up we go, right? So 4 people, look at that. Look how quickly it grew. That's crazy stuff. Just growing. Look at that. The more people we add, so we had that. So this, we had 100 people. Away we go to 2.2 million. Isn't that crazy? So I love the maths on this crazy stuff. But of course, the key metric was when we got to 5,000, right? 5,000, the first 5,000 people. That's if you were in there, 4 million was the number. Of course, once we reached 5,001, things started getting really triple. And of course, the max term opened up. You guess what? 300 days. And then we jumped up basically 3x, 4 million to 12 million. Pretty juicy, right? Pretty juicy. If you were able to mint a term for 300 days and away you went, pretty crazy. And of course, by the time we can't actually change the EA calculator here for decimal places, it only does 1%. So we can't really change that around, but that's pretty much it. And away we gone. So pretty exciting. And it just keeps going up, right? So pretty awesome. And what we got now, 416,000 or something. So pretty crazy stuff going on there. And of course, now you can do, what we say, 380 days now. So really, really beneficial there. So yeah, being early is kind of cool. Kudos for that. But of course, being able to mint your term longer is pretty wild, right? You got all these accounts coming after you, and especially if you get a low gas fee, of course, during the weekend, that's pretty juicy, right? So nice. And of course, this is going to max out at 400. 400, of course, will be at what, 1 million. 1,000,001, I guess. Is that enough zeros in it? 1, 3. Can't see 3 zeros. 3. I think that's 1,000,001. That will get us up to 26.3 million. So pretty crazy. By the time we get that, of course, we might be 299. Let's say 2994. That might be a bit of a reflection. Of course, this is going to be lower, but we can't actually lower that down because as soon as I go do it, goes to 9. It won't let me do decimal places, but it gives you an idea. It's not much of a difference, but crazy stuff. Obviously, Jack has talked about longer. Obviously, there's a big short game. We can see the short game being played. The short game is pretty self-evident in the charts here. We've seen that here with the charts here, and also in this chart here. All the wallets in the short game, man, crazy stuff there. Was it 25% day 1, 21% between day 2 and 30? Some pretty crazy stuff. And of course, more people minted 1 days because of the price starting off so high at 1 cent and stuff like that. So there we are. Oh, we're just going below 0009 on the price now. Also true on Max C as well. That's even lower. That's going even lower. It's almost down to 0008. So where's it going to be tomorrow? We have 4 zeros. 5 zeros. We'll find out in due course, and maybe we'll get a bit of a recovery, maybe after day 4 or something like that. Let's see. All right, so let's have a quick look on the liquid. I think we're over 500,000 now. 500,000 liquid on the old supply there on the chain. Pretty crazy stuff. Let's have a quick look at the gas at the moment. Let's refresh that too. We've got the gas price there, 25 Gwei, and of course, pretty much around 109 million. 50% of the gas in the last 3 hours is due to XEN contract dominating. And of course, a lot of people would have heard about XEN now if they're looking at the gas price and they've decided to query. Let's quickly jump over to Jax, of course, Jack Levin, the founder. And of course, let's have a look at some of the updates here. 6 hours ago, when XEN launched, Ethereum supply shows a reduction from the October the 8th onwards. Note 50% of Ethereum gas fees get burnt. Bullish for Ethereum. I've seen some theories out there that Jack Levin might be running one of the ETH stakers, and maybe he's benefiting directly from this contract. Maybe it's a whole ploy. I've seen that one out there. That's a good theory. That one, I like that one. So that's pretty cool. We've got obviously impressive here with the XEN contract dominating the burn leaderboard there. 1,287 ETH. This is XEN contract above Uniswap V3 there. So some pretty cool stuff. XEN, Jack Levin, 6 hours ago in the top 5 there as well. Top tokens by unique senders was XEN there, only beaten by Shiba and stablecoins and wrapped ETH there. So pretty crazy. Everyone can be Satoshi. XEN Crypto says Jack. And of course, we've got all these different people, I guess, around the world here as well looking. So you've got all these different countries. Active users by country on Google Analytics. So pretty crazy. Looking up XEN Crypto there. I guess it's based on his Google Analytics for his website. And of course, tracking what the users are. United States dominating folks, 30,000, but followed closely by China, Poland, Hong Kong, United Kingdom, Germany, Singapore, Japan, Australia, and Canada. So you know where a lot of the top people are minting from. Pretty crazy that they're hitting that site. So pretty interesting, pretty diverse, actually, minting class there. So pretty crazy. All right, so cool. I think that was kind of it there from Jack. Let me just refresh this, make sure that there's nothing new there. That's it. So I guess the latest, if you want the latest updates, they'll be on a Telegram. I'm not on Telegram, so I don't have anything like that, but that's the official one there. And of course, you can hit that up there. I do have the links all in Discord here. So you can go to new token links and you'll find the XEN free claim here details. And of course, you got the official sites right here with the network, the calculator, Jack Levin there as well. And of course, Twitter, Jack Levin Twitter, which is the site I've just shown you as well. So that's pretty cool. All right, we're going to have a look at some of these strategy write-ups too. They're pretty cool. We're going to have a quick look at some of those. Very, very exciting. And the one thing, of course, you're going to get a copy on the Pulsechain, right? So that's the other part of the live stream that we're going to talk about. And you're going to get a copy on the Pulsechain. We're going to talk about that soon too. But before we do that, we're going to talk about some strategies and stuff. But let's go back to the dashboard and see what the latest results are. Woohoo! Refresh. I think XEN Network is going to be famous for refreshing the browser. We're at 418,000 at the moment. Man, that's just kicking it away. Amazing results. All right, let's jump into the comments. Got a few more. So let's see who else is in the house. Who else? We've got some adult sites in, unfortunately. Hate those things. Good morning. Good morning, says Turtles Only. Hey, good to see you, Turtles Only. Good morning, people from Portugal. Big shout out to you. And KD, yeah, says Matt. Great job, says KD. Strong arm from Matt, and congrats on 800 Superman. I appreciate that, Prana. Big shout out to you. Really do appreciate you, Prana. Thank you so much. James Bond says, oh, yeah, mega stream. That's what we are doing, a mega special stream. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, smash the subscriber button. Let's actually pull up the data analytics on the YouTube here and see how we're getting on. We only just hit 6,000 subs, which was pretty cool. And let's see how we're getting on. Heading up towards 7,000 is the next one. Hey, we're at 6,055, so that's pretty cool. If you want to help us to get to 7,000, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button. If you want to help support the channel as well, hit the join button. We've got Pulsechain, Hexkins, the Rich Art Club really does make a big deal. And of course, if you want to get into our awesome Discord, the link is in the video description. Great community, great information, and there's lots of great community leaders and stuff like that that really help out. So it's a great place to be. And we just hit 800 members, which is pretty awesome. We got community leaders. We got Brian and of course Fat Sammy in there. They do an amazing job helping people onboard people and helping people with questions and stuff like that. We have amazing moderators. I think we've got 10 moderators. Some of the most active ones are KD, Wookie, Sandy, and we've got a few others there as well. Links as well is in there too. We've got syndicated YouTubers, so people that are YouTubing in the Pulsechain Hex community. We've got Craig there from Gen Hex and Heinz Crypto as well. And of course, we've got Hex Token members. If you do become a Hex Token member, you get a purple title there, plus access to private channel there as well, chat channel. And of course, the rest of the members are all in blue. And of course, we have a pretty cool community. So pretty nice. All right, let us jump away from there. And we're going to get back into this one, how to best plan your Zen strategy. We're going to talk about a little bit about some of these strategies in this document, which I think is pretty cool. So zencrypto.io, and we're going to look at that. Yeah, mega stream, mega. Zen is the bloody knife of Halloween, says KD. Brennan says FOMO pants is a real thing. Now, that's true. FOMO pants is a real thing. Bob Wells as well. Boom. From fear or not, get it, says James. I like that. Matt says, I got in midnight last night. First wallet rank was about 253,000. Now over 20 million in each wallet. Nice one, Matt. Well, we're going to talk about some of the strategies, including Jack Levin, the founder. So we're about to talk about that now. Nice, Matt. I have zero, says Brennan. It is a speculative play, so just remember that. We're covering it as a fun speculative play, but it does have a very powerful network effect. And, of course, we've seen that in action with amazing over 400,000 wallets. It is doing something very special from that point of view. I bought more Hex, though, says Brennan. Well done, man. You can't go wrong with that. It's definitely accumulation phase at the moment. Brennan says, lol, but I'm gassed out. You have plenty of gas. Yeah, you need a bit of gas for the old claims. What else there? Let's jump in the house there. We've got James Bond, Liberman. Hey, good to see James Bond. I've been minting all day. I'm all Zen'd out, says James Bond. That's hilarious, man. Liquid Markets says Zen is Hex on steroids, says Liquid Markets. Hey, look, they're very different things. Zen is very speculative. Hex is a well-proven savings product, which was one of the few products during the bull market that actually did a 10,000x. So I'd be very careful making that kind of comparison. But the network effect definitely is pretty powerful at this moment. We'll have to see how it goes over time. James Bond says, hope everybody ready for the Zen BSC mint, going to be crazy. Yeah, James, it's going to looking forward to that. BSC and Polygon. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. What else there? I have to make a confession, says Brennan. I'm purple on Discord, but I'm not a member anymore. I'm purple on Discord, but I'm not a member anymore, says Brennan. Hey, look, Brennan, hey, we're going to have to degrade you. I'm sorry. It's just the way it goes. Tough love. Hashtag says waiting for BSC and Polygon. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty fun to see how Zen goes on there too. Obviously, cheaper to do, right? Cheaper to do on those chains. Arguably, it's going to be cheaper price, you would argue, but it may not be. It's more efficient transactionally wise. So let's see how we go. These gas fees are making me angry. I was just getting used to cheaper gas in the bear market. That's why I said, Prana, as well as saying a lot of people would take notice of Zen. If it wasn't for the virality and the network effect, it would be for the fact that they're always a number one at the gas there over the weekend. So a lot of people are going, what the heck's causing this? Then I'll go have a look at the gas tracker and see Zen at the top. So it's pretty good advertising. Zen needs a high burn rate, says Daryl. And of course, it's a longer time project if you think about it. And of course, we've got so many of the wallets coming out in day one. And the first 5 days, a lot of wallets coming out. Bring back 5 grey gas, says Prana. I'm sure it's going to come back, man. I'm not sure in this lifetime, but if Zen keeps us up for 30 days, it could be a long time. Hex is the boss for sure, says James Bond. Easily the boss there, and it's accumulation phase. Hex is going to revert. The price will revert at some stage. People will miss that train. It's just the way it's going to be. Can I be orange and said, says Brennan? We'll see about that. All right, so let's have a look at it, folks. I'm going to do a refresh of Zen first and look at the results. Welcome, everybody. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And, of course, smash that like button. Join our Discord, all that good stuff. We are growing. And, hey, things are only going to get better. We've got Pulsechain coming. We're going to talk about that too. If you are getting Zen on Ethereum, you will be getting a copy on Pulsechain. We're going to talk about that a bit later. So very cool. All right, we're almost up to 419,000 wallets. Looking pretty good here. Let's jump over to the strategies. So how best to plan your Zen strategy. I'll post this in the channel afterwards, and I'll probably put this on Discord in our links. So let's go have a look. We're going to jump through all this stuff here. There's a couple of different people in the community there. Michael Acelo's Zen strategy. And of course, this is a Zen crypto community member, Michael Salo, shared his Zen strategy, which is conservative and cautious. He writes, this guide suggests a balanced approach to minting Zen. It is not a guide to getting the absolute max out of the program, but more to get a stable and easy to manage minting experience. The assumptions he makes are that time is the biggest amplifier of yield. And of course, with this premise, your mint term should always be at maximum length. So that is pretty big, strong strategy. I think Jack Levin says that too. The short game is you can make, like some of the people, they've already sold at the higher prices. Obviously, that was a good play. But the longer game is probably a volume game. So that's going to be interesting to see that play out over time. Obviously, then we're going to inflate. So the supply is going to go up. And eventually the price will cross over, right? So the price will go down and eventually these guys will come back up and it'll cross over at some stage. That's kind of what we're expecting to see there. The second assumption is that managing too many wallets is too cumbersome for an average user because there's a need to keep a tracking of the mint term, end dates, as well as the stakes. And this can get out of hand if not traced properly. Miko Salo suggests a best method to mitigate the confusion is to create a system where claims are timed to coincide and track them through easy Excel sheets and a simple calendar. Talking about Excel sheets, I do strongly suggest putting in your wallets and all your details, all the rank and your minting. You can update your mint every so often, especially if you've got long ones. Put in your gas cost there, and then you can divide the amount that you're getting divided by the gas cost. It'll give you your entry cost, and then of course you can put in the current market price in another column, and you get an idea of what your tokens are worth. Obviously, with the price going down at the moment, those going down. I wouldn't get too excited about the price at the moment, unless of course you're designing to sell, which won't matter. But if you're keeping a portfolio value, a good idea to keep that cost price based on your gas. Obviously, the cheaper gas, and typically that's on the weekend, so it's probably a good time to mint. And of course, during the week, we're going to find out what it's going to like during the week coming up. But typically, it's going to be higher, right? So there are going to be more activities on more projects and not just Zen dominating. But I imagine it's still going to be a pretty big player in terms of the minting. So we're going to see how that plays out. And of course, you can then find out what your portfolio is worth and so forth. So, but it's going to go it's going to change wildly, I would suggest to you. And of course, it's going to be fun to see that play out. All right, so cool. Ethereum gas fees are highly time sensitive because they're depending on a larger part of the user network activity. The reason why gas prices spike during certain hours of the day and why they're low during the weekend. According to the graph below, gas prices are high during the week, but activity drops dramatically on the weekends. And I've been saying that too on this channel. So there we are. All right, so cool. Using the conservative method of minting and staking Zen, we're able to time our claims to occur on the weekends and also set the mint term to occur on a day where the gas fees are predictably to be low. So that's another thing you might want to think about. Obviously, you've got to calculate how many days that out. But you can just put that into Google or something, say 100 days from now, 350 days from now. They'll give you an idea of when the date is. So it's pretty easy to do. Sato Zen crypto strategy is to use multiple addresses, and Sunday is the day of the claiming activity. Which is obviously today in America. It's almost the end of Sunday, isn't it? It's almost the time. Yeah, it's just past midnight. So both Los Angeles and New York are both in Monday now. So Sunday's gone now. His weekly budget is $50 to be used to fund 10 wallets. So this looks like a strategy that's going to go every weekend. Just keep minting and accumulating there with the long max term period here. So not just minting at the beginning, a whole ton of wallets, minting every Sunday, maybe for a period of time, maybe a couple of months, who knows. You should check the average cost of one claim transaction on that day. This is necessary if you want to avoid not having enough ETH on a given address that you can't see in the transaction. Keep in mind that the claim rank costs 175,000 Gwei on your Ethereum. You will need to know the base fee in that moment, and you can find it on Etherscan. You can calculate the cost of your transaction by following these instructions here. I'll leave the link in the video description there. And of course, if you don't know how to use MetaMask Wallet, you have a guide there, which is pretty cool. It's like that you won't fit in the first 5,000 addresses that claim. Obviously not, that's gone. If this occurs, your mint term will be extended to approximately 250 days. We'll obviously jump to 300 was the time. Zen's launch is on October the 8th, and claim rank transaction will be sent. So we covered all that stuff too. So pretty cool. The API will be at 70% if you wait too long. So basically use your claim and share function and send all newly minted Zen to a new address to be staked for 1,000 days. So really maxing terming on both the mint and the staking. This is a real max strategy there, and he's got a bit of a indicator of the time there. So there's the Zen claims and mints on the spreadsheet. So that there is one of the strategies. We're going to go through a few more of the others. we're going to come back and get into Gunin's Zen strategy. But before we do that, let's do a bit of an update and check the chat. So it's pretty cool. Hopefully some of these strategies may spark some thoughts and about how you want to operate maybe moving forward. So let's see. All right, total supply 555 million. We've got liquid there 546 million, and total stake 9 million at the moment. And of course, we've got the max term days hit 380 during the live stream. That's AMP won't change till tomorrow. EAA will go down to 9.5 once we hit 500,000 wallets, and the APY won't change for 90 days. So it's not too bad, or 89 days from now. So it's pretty cool. You can see we've only got 111 active stakes and 9 million in there. So it's pretty crazy stuff right there. So I'm sure that's going to change over time. First couple of days are going to be a bit rough with all this volume coming out. All these people that minted for 1 day or 2 days or whatever. We're going to have to wait and see that. The first 4 days, we had a lot of minting coming out based on this chart. So where's it here? This one here. Yeah, so this is coming out day one. But here's the day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe the first 5 days could be a bit rough, and particularly the first 3 or 4 days in terms of the price. As this stuff comes out here, then maybe it eases off. Then the buyers won't be buying into a falling knife. So that's it. All right, we had a little bit of bounce back here though. We got down to 00068 on Uniswap. It's now at 0008 here. So if you're a buyer, and we've got some buyers coming here. Look, $2,100 there, but 2.7 million. And of course, we've got some similar price here on the centralized MEXC exchange as well. So some pretty crazy stuff right there. What else is interesting about this? We got 490,000, so we're heating up pretty cool. Obviously tomorrow it's going to be interesting. We'll definitely be over 500,000, maybe be over 600,000 by the time I do my next live stream tomorrow. It's going to be fun to watch. Let's get into the chat. We've got a few more comments, no doubts. Let me just see where we're up to. Let me just jump through some of those. Hit the like, says Rothko. Definitely hit the like. And nice, says Rothko. Nice. GTR Frost says write the end date in the wallet's name. It says Garrett Frost. It's a good mechanism. I've got some similar convention on the wallets as well. There, GTR Frost. So that's a good idea. Good recommendation. All right, cool. Let's get into the second strategy here. And of course, this is Gunin's Zen strategy. Gunin is also a Zen crypto Telegram group frequent user, and he says he will remain to mint on Ethereum rather than going to mint on other chains. So the Polygon and BSC, for example, where transaction fees are lower. I definitely plan to at least mint under those max days to get a good stake rate. He says he doesn't want to have too many wallets and not be able to manage his time. So he plans to organize his wallets via spreadsheets, which I guess is a very good way. That's how I'm managing mine, with a spreadsheet. It almost like this game is about gas, he reflects. And of course, many have made that comment. Obviously, we're making comments about that. The weekend will be cheaper gas, and then more expensive gas will influence possibly, or it definitely influences the cost price of that you're willing to sell something for, right? If you're looking to break even. He's going to start staking around 30 days after Zen Crypto's launch, and of course, he's not going to consolidate all minted Zen into one huge stake, but he'll mix them up into some individual stakes, and the rest he'll unite them into one big stake. And he thinks it's affordable to mint, but he's saved enough to carry on all the transactions. He doesn't want to end up in the situation where when the time to mint arrives, he hasn't money to finish the process. Gunin's intention is to take lots of Zen so he can share them with friends and family. He's already onboarded some people from his circle of influence, which is a nice sort of approach there too. All right, so that's pretty cool. That's Gunin's. We're going to get into Devin B's Zen strategy in a second. Let's give another little refresh. Refresh there. Bam, bam, bam. After we talk about some of these strategies, we're coming up to Jack Levin's strategy, which will be of interest. 420,000. Yes. Woohoo! So it's pretty cool. We're doing pretty well on that one. Let's get into it. I left a comment on the chat there, so I'll get rid of that. Welcome, everybody, by the way, to the Zen special live stream, the future of Zen. And we're having a good time here covering some of the live results. And of course, the Zen's going to get copied to Pulsechain, so I'm going to be talking about that briefly coming up. So look forward to that. Well, let's get into the next strategy. Devin B's Zen strategy. Devin B is an admin in the official Zen crypto Telegram group. Man, we're going up the levels here in terms of the influencers here in the Zen. And he came up with his own strategy when it comes to minting and saving up on gas fees. Devin B thought about different scenarios people may may experience while participating in the XEN protocol. He looked into the most common behaviors of moving ETH around different accounts to fund them in order to be able to pay for the gas fees when claiming the rank and minting and staking. In the first scenario, the user sends too little ETH. He hasn't enough to pay for the transactions. I'm pretty sure that Trayvon may have got himself in that situation. I didn't watch his full live stream, but the live stream before that, he was talking about doing 369 wallets, and he was talking about putting 0.01 ETH in there, which definitely wasn't enough at the beginning when it launched. And he needs to send some more ETH, and this is a double cost in terms of ETH and time, and is undoubtedly inefficient. This can happen if you pre-fund your addresses a few days before. The price of gas suddenly rises due to high network activity. Now, I pretty much expected to be high gas, so it was pretty funny that. Yeah, it's like just one of those things. Though, isn't it? One of those things. In the second scenario, you've sent a little bit more ETH to your account to pay the transaction. After you claim your XEN, you'll be left with a small amount of ETH sitting there, and it will be too little to move to another wallet. It's kind of a wasted. In the third scenario, you envisage a situation where the user sent much more ETH than the gas fee needed for the transaction, and the ETH remaining in his account after you complete the claim will be enough to be moved to another account, but it'll cost you more in gas fees. To mitigate the issue in ETH wasted on gas, DNB came up with the method of linear setup, where he sends all the funds from his main wallet to his first account, then he claims XEN, and then he sends all the ETH from this account to the next one. He claims XEN again and repeats the process until he has funded multiple accounts. When he returns to mint a XEN at the end of his mint term, he employs the same method. It's called a claim and share function. In the empty address field, he inserts the address he wants to send his transactions to. You need to put the same address in all wallets if you are to consolidate XEN tokens from all the accounts into that one address. And when you're done, you stake your XEN to get the APY. So it's kind of a little bit around the gas fees there, not so much around the strategy, but definitely helps with the gas fee approach there. And of course, you can use that claim and share function. You can from all your wallets to send to one big wallet if you want to, and it's probably the most efficient way to do that. That's pretty much it. So we're going to go up to Jack Levin's strategy. Woohoo! We're up to the last one here, but before we do that, we're going to have a little refresh and have a little bit of refreshments. Cheers, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying this absolutely amazing network effect that's in this contract. So whatever happens to the price, the network effect is super impressive, right? We're up to 420,000. It's pretty crazy stuff. 420,624 global rank, and that's pretty impressive. So the first couple of days expected to be really rough in terms of how the price goes, how much supply comes in the market. And of course, that's going to have different phases as we move forward in time, and just the way it is at the moment. So we're at the max term that hit 380 days during our live stream. The amplifier there only goes down 1 per day over 8 years. So it could take 8 years to go down to 0 there. The EAA, though, it's going to happen much faster, possibly maybe in 35 to 50 days, something like that, if we keep up this momentum. Obviously, during the week, it's possibly could slow that down with the higher gas fees, likely. So we'll see how that goes. And here we are at 9.6% at the moment. So the next time that's going to go down 9.5 is when we hit 500,000 wallets. Every 100,000, that will go down by 0.1%. The APY staking thing, number 20% will go down every 90 days. It'll go down by 1% until we get up to 1,620 days. And by that time, we'll have a base inflation rate of 2%. So it's going to be, very funneling out. So all these bonuses are kind of just going down and down. But of course, as more people claim, the more the amount that you're getting is bigger and bigger and bigger. So just the way it goes. But the minting just keeps going. It's pretty crazy. All right, let's get into the last strategy. And of course, Jack Levin, the founder, of course, of this guy here, right, that one. That guy there, the founder of this project. And of course, he's got a team around him, but he's the founder, employee, and Google employee number 21, Jack Levin's XEN strategy there. During the latest Twitter space hosted by Coach Platypus and Mischief New Zealand, another Kiwi there just snuck in there. Jack Levin talked briefly of what he believes is his best strategy to take with regards to participating in the XEN protocol. In terms of getting the most out of the protocol, do specify 100 days, because that's what the protocol allows in the beginning before 5,000 wallets. Obviously, we're past that point. Afterwards, when you mint your XEN, do it on time, because you don't want to get hit by the penalties, which we showed earlier is dramatic. After 7 days, you will lose 100% of your mint. You basically wasted your gas fee there. If you claim on time and you get 100% of your rewards through the proof of participation protocol, then I would say to stake it for as long as you want, but it's available to lock in 1,000 days because the APY after 100 days is going to be 19%. So we've got 90 days, but 100% there. It's a good APY. That's basically Zen working for you for 3 years, and you'll get another 56 to 57% bonus on top of your initially minted Zen. Very important to know that. So this is the long game, and of course, the long game, you're always going to get a lot more. So if you believe in the project, it's going to have a future, then that's the easiest way to do that. The alternative, you have to then play the price game if you're trying to pick up a lot of yield. So you have to beat the market. So that's the other side of it. Of course, some people believe that laddering the stakes is beneficial, but he disagrees apparently, because if you ladder the stakes and then restake or unstake, you will have a lower APY to play with. So you really want to lock in the 1,000 days, which is the maximum, and you can always mint more, come back to the Zen DApp and continue to mint. And this is what one of those other strategies we saw earlier. I was talking about coming back every weekend, and I think that was that first one. Coming back up here to Mike Sallows talking about come back every weekend, I think he was saying. Just a way. So people will be doing that too. And of course, we haven't got up to 400 days on the longer stake yet either. So it's pretty cool. I'll probably mint from several wallets and be mindful of gas. I'll probably be minting every weekend to save on gas and just continue staking to get those very nice APYs. It's going to be 19% until 6 months from the Genesis date. That's my plan and my recommendation. This is what I will do, and you do whatever you want. That's my path, the path of Zen. So he's really going to max out the fullness of the Zen contract. The other thing, of course, he said on the live stream that his lowest wallet global rank was 3,000. So I think that's a testament to his commitment there. This thing is free. You just putting in your gas and your attention. Get a wallet for your mum and dad, and get a wallet for all of your relatives, for your cat, for your dog. You don't have to give them access just yet. I bet the dogs and cats would definitely access and sell that down. They'll probably sell that on Uniswap or something. Just set the wallet for them and put the password somewhere in a jar and hide it somewhere. And down the road, there's real value to it. Then you just let them say, "Hey, here's the wallet and the password for you. And if you want to learn about crypto, there's money for you there." So that would be a really good way to give any minted Zen or even stake Zen. So get your wallet, get your addresses, claim C rank, mint Zen, stake it for 3 years, and just save some Zen for your family and friends. That would be an amazing gift for the future. Giving somebody a wallet full of Zen, that is the next level. And of course, he's done some videos with Crypto Kindness and other people there, which is pretty cool. So cool. Probably the best place to get updates, of course, is on Twitter, and probably even better on the Telegram group at the top there. So if you're on Telegram, you can join there as well. So very, very cool. All right, so that's pretty much that on there. Let's jump back to the gas. Gas at the moment is around 23.25. So hopefully there's a few little insights there, particularly if you're more new to crypto, around some strategies there. And of course, hearing from the founder, what the founder's strategy is pretty cool. The Gwei's definitely come down now, so that's pretty nice. It'll be a lot cheaper to mint some wallets now as we enter in. The Americans are going to sleep too, by the way. The Americans are going to sleep, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a morning time for them now. So unless they're up like night owls, that's pretty much it. $1.9 million there at the moment. Pretty crazy. The Zen has really dominated the crypto. Almost 50% of the gas at the moment in the last 3 hours. Pretty insane. 40% in the last 24 hours. So half of the weekend there has been dominated by Zen. And the gas prices have finally come down to the low 20s rather than being in the high 20s up to the 50s. Pretty much it. All right, cool. I think that's on there. So let's have a little refresh of the rank as well. Now, the other thing about Zen, of course, you're going to get a copy on Pulsechain. That's right, Pulsechain. So we're up to 421,706 on the global rank. Let's jump over to Pulsechain, of course. Pulsechain is going to be launching. And, of course, it's taken a while, but we're going to get there. And we've had some big news from Richard Hart, the founder. So we're going to listen from Richard Hart there as well. So let's go for gold on that. This was on a well-known Hexkin YouTuber called Hexologist. So we're going to listen for Richard Hart, the founder of Pulsechain, because Zen's going to get copied over there. So if you had Zen on the Ethereum chain, it's going to be forked over with Pulsechain, which is going to be a massive ecosystem, not just the chain itself, but massive. We're going to look at that too. So let's hear from Richard here.
Security considerations for Pulsechain's consensus strength are very very, very, very similar to Ethereum 2.0s. If that makes sense to you.
Makes sense.
We're forking Ethereum 2.0, not Ethereum 1.0. So you beat it out of me, you fucks. You wore me down, okay? So the logic was, do we have more faith in the BSC consensus, which we found flaws in, or rotating to several other options of not very well audited consensus, or the extremely well audited Ethereum 2.0 consensus? And my logic is that if you're going to make things right, doing them during a bear is a beautiful time to do it. And I think it will be quicker to use Ethereum 2.0's consensus than to properly audit and secure Corellia, which is a version of Click, which is what has a lot of problems. And so it was maximum secure and minimum time to market, because we didn't know, like, you didn't know whether the merge was going to work right. Could have not worked right. And you didn't know if they'd ever get to doing it, because the delays were nearly endless.
Yep.
But after they did it, and after it worked right, it was the obvious choice. And so Pulsechain will have upgrades, but be primarily the same consensus mechanism that Ethereum 2.0 uses, but is now called Ethereum 1, right? Like, no one called it's not right. Ethereum 2 is now Ethereum 1 since the merge worked. So it's strong, it's safer, it's faster, and any upgrades that come in the future for Ethereum, such as sharding, we will get on our chain. And we wouldn't have got had we stayed with Ethereum 1, because the forks would have diverged. And so it's just better. So we're doing what's better, and it didn't take us any extra time to do it. So it's actually good news. But I got savaged so hard for giving you guys an update last time that, like, I'm super not into it. Like, I feel like someone's gonna make me eat shit for giving the good news basically now. I bet someone will. Someone will bother me and make me feel bad. Someone will make me feel bad about.
Bro, you got so many followers though, and I'm starting to feel. You got so many followers.
All right, so that is the update from Richard, which is pretty awesome. And of course, going to be forking ETH 2.0, the proof of stake chain. There'll be some changes, of course, and things like that, but it's going to be super fast, super cheap. And of course, you're going to have a Zen on that chain, which is going to be epic. And once it gets forked over, now obviously it's not just a chain though; it's going to be a whole ecosystem. It's going to be a game changer in the network, in the market. That's got the best gamification, hands down, in terms of chain ecosystem setup. So it's going to be pretty amazing. Check out pulsechain.com, of course, links in the video description. Current test networks up there at the moment. Of course, we're going to end up getting a small, tight third test net with the new fork there and new testing languages and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty cool for the consensus code. It's going to be pretty fun. At the moment, of course, Pulsex, which is going to be one of the key things there, that it's going to print money like you wouldn't believe on the old Pulsex DEX coming. It's going to be a super DEX, and it's going to be pretty amazing. Got a massive buy and burn. Thousands of trading pairs will be buying and burning. The native token Pulsex is going to be pretty impressive. So it's definitely worth checking it out. Now, I just noticed under the tokens here, we have got the testnet version of Zen, and that's currently at 3.6 cents at the moment. So, woohoo! Maybe that's a future price of Zen crypto there. It's actually not too bad compared to the real price on the ETH chain, which is currently actually pushing itself back up higher at almost back at 0009. So maybe this, maybe the Pulsex testnet price of Zen. This is not real, of course, just the testnet version before it went live. It's currently at 3.6 cents. So maybe that is the future telling that. So pretty exciting on that one. So that's pretty much it. Hex at the moment is currently at 3.3 cents. Also, the founder, Richard Hart, made this pretty awesome there. And Hedron at the moment is at 3,900. So that's where they're tracking. What Pulse Dogecoin at the moment, $4.28. And of course, looking forward to that Pulse Bitcoin coming out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, on the BNB chain, we've also got my Spotlight project, which is BNBP, the world's first decentralized crypto casino. This is a game changer. And this is at $11.37 at the moment. Had a good pump in the last couple hours there. Look at that, and looking good. And of course, we're countdown. I think it's 8 days away, something like that. 8 days away to launch. So looking forward to that on that one. Now, if you haven't gotten to Discord, of course, jump into Discord. The link's in the video description because we are building a really great community. And of course, it's going to be really fun to be in. So definitely get into that. And Wookie says now has 800 Zen wallets. That's pretty funny there, Wookie. We'll have the party on that one. And I don't know if we've got a smiley one there. So pretty cool on that in the general chat. Wookie likes to break the rules in the general chat. Always have to get him moved into another one, but that's pretty much it. All right, so cool. We've got a few new people, of course, that have joined. Let's go up to the join there. And we've got Fizzle Bang, which just joined as our number 800. And Daz, welcome to Daz there. Pretty cool. Let's give Daz Pulsechain. Let's give Daz a Pulsechain. Bam, there it is. All right, cool. And yeah, the next person to jump in there, I'll give them a Zen. You'll get a Zen for the next person that jumps in. Let's jump back to the dashboard here. Woohoo! We're up to an hour and 20 minutes on the live stream. We're having a lot of fun though, right? Zen has been absolutely exciting, and we have to refresh the wallet so fast. It's crazy. But we're up to 422,649 wallets. This thing is unrelenting. It's just amazing. The Americans have just turned in for the night, but I'm sure there must be plenty of them up because these keep minting wallets. Pretty crazy stuff. All right, let's see who else is in the house there in the comments. Let's jump down to some of these. James says, oh, yeah, I wasted gas like that. I guess you're referring to that saving gas strategy of jumping wallet to wallet with your ETH there. Check my pulse in the house today as well. Woo-hoo! Good to see you. Check my pulse. Alrighty, Zen says, check my pulse. Nice. Joan is in the house there from the Gran Canaria. Hey, man, good to see you, Joan there. Big shout out to you. And of course, hi, Brennan says Joan there. Shane says Saturday mornings, mint with Zen and chill. Could be a good start to the weekend, says Shano. Good to see Shano in the house. Another fellow Kiwi, by the way. So if you didn't know where I was from, I'm from New Zealand. And of course, it's a pretty fun place to be. Apart from our Prime Minister and the Labour government, we live in a pretty good country. Brennan says, hi, Juan. Hey, good to see you as well. And yeah, those dollar signs are flooding through. All right, cool. Let's have a look at the MEXC. The price there at 0009 at the moment, looking very, very good. And of course, they're coming back at 0009. We're having a bit of a bounce back on the hourly candles, so which is nice because we were just bleeding down there. Now, what will we be tomorrow when I do my next live stream? Will we be up at 001s? Will we have 2 zeros? Will we be at 3 zeros? Or will we be at 4 zeros? We're going to find out. It's going to be interesting. In fact, we might do. Have we got time for a poll? Not sure. We're going to wrap up this poll though. We've got a repeat poll. How many Zen mints have you made? We've got 92 votes there, so let's end this poll and let's see what the results are. So 1 to 5 wallets, 39%. So we had 93 votes, which is slightly smaller than we had in the first live stream. We had 98, which is not bad. We had 39% said 1 to 5. That was definitely the top wallet, I think, that we had this morning. Top answer. 6 to 15, 29. And that was, I think, the same answer too. So yeah, pretty similar. And of course, 26 or more did come in third place. That is 20%. And 16 and 25 came in at fourth place, which was the same in our first poll. So 10%. So that's pretty consistent. The numbers are a little different, but that's pretty consistent there. So pretty cool. Is that, yeah, I think that's pretty consistent there. 20%, 26 or more, man. That's a lot of minting there. So congratulations to all of you guys. I'm sure you guys are going to do pretty well with that many wallets. So very, very cool. Check my pulse says I am in Massachusetts, USA. Let's move this to the 15-minute chart on the Uniswap. That makes it a little more colorful there. And we'll come back to the actual mints. Musicals in the house there, large buys always get sold immediately every time they do. It's because you're basically selling into a wall of volume tsunami. And that's what we've got at the moment. We can see that in the chart here. Look at that big candle of day one. That's the volume tsunami there. 105,000 wallets here, it's saying on the claimed amount. So that's not surprised. These are the claimed term distributions of the first 30 days. We can see the first couple of days are quite heavy, but day one, obviously huge. This is way higher than I expected on day one. So a lot of people playing the short game. Probably a lot of bots in there too. a lot of the bot plays going for the price yield, speculating on that. So pretty impressive on the first 30 days. And of course, but when we have a longer time view, we can see that actually the 100 days is sitting right in the middle here. There's 43,000 wallets based on this data. And then, of course, we've got a big gap actually all the way through to the next time where we go up to the 300. Remember the 300? And then we had all these wallets coming afterwards. And so now we've got all these wallets that have actually staked out longer. And of course, this is the more the Jack Levin's type of strategy, go long. And of course, you get the volume, right? You go short, you get small amounts, but they've had a lot of people do bot accounts or coding accounts. And of course, they ended up minting and dumping into the market, especially when it was up at 1 cent, 1.5 cents up that point we talked about in the first live stream. We saw a couple of whales doing that. And so those whales being, probably setting up bot things there or something like that, or just doing tons of wallets is another way manually doing that. But we see that they're doing it all at the same time. So it's a kind of automated process from the looks of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But look, we're tracking up pretty solidly. We do have dips in the growth of the wallets. We had a couple of dips, but really it's been holding up pretty high. Some of our top hours have been 15,000. Can you believe it? 15,000 of some of these. Absolutely amazing. Some of the how that's been holding up. All right, so cool. Let's have a refresh of there. And let's see where it's at the moment. 423,000, going like a boss here. Let's see where else is here. Check my pulse. 3 a.m. at 3:18 in the morning in Massachusetts, USA. Yes, that's what I said to most Americans will be asleep except for all the night owls. The night owls will be out there trading in it. Large buys always get sold. We think we covered that. Definitely do. Awake in USA, night out here, making my 6th wallet for Zen, says Scotty. Nice one there, Scotty. I like it. And of course, you're actually getting the lower gas prices at the moment. So that's not a bad strategy. Look, it's come down quite a bit there. So it's probably a smart move on your part there. Simple believers in the house, always a pleasure. If Pulsechain launches before you can claim Zen, will you still get your copies on Pulsechain? No. Obviously, you won't have minted it. You won't have minted your Zen. So that's a good point there. Thanks for highlighting that. Bully mouth. Well, actually, I guess if you have, let me think about that, because yeah, if you haven't got it minted, the liquidity supply is not going to get copied over, but the contract will get copied. The contract will be copied over. So I guess if there's a front end for it, then that would be the case. So probably a question for Jack there, but good point. Nice. I'm minting my Zen now. 1 wallet, 368 days. Very cool. 8 million Zen will be minted, estimated. It's enough, I guess, is big mouth. Yeah, very nice. Brennan says, Scotty, are you just creating multiple MetaMask wallets or cold wallets? Wellen says, I just made a new MetaMask, sent a few hundies to it, and then created a new account on the same MetaMask, then started to send ETH to each of them, minted all, and then migrated a treasure to it. Nice one, Wellen. That sounds pretty efficient. Made a few accounts for some friends and family too. Nice one. Good question, Sinbad, but I believe you do. Yeah, I believe you do too. We will see though. Yeah. If it's not minted, it won't be liquid though. That's the point I'd make. So I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'll take my chances. Wellen. Matt and Barley says Superman just did a fun mint. $4.76 for gas. 10-day mint rank for a 10-day mint rank 422,000. Nice one, Matt. So cool. That is the gas definitely come down there, and the mints are climbing. Man, they're climbing fast. Let's see how we're getting on there. 424,000, almost crazy stuff there. Hex Fetty says DCA hodl, and DCA hodl gang. Yeah. Well, interesting. The strategy to do every weekend for maybe a little while. That could be quite a cool thing. Getting back once we max term gets to 400, but that could be we could have max term in the next 2-3 days. So at this rate, so maybe it will slow down during the week. That's the thing. Maybe it'll take a few more days. We'll see whether it does slow down, whether the gas fees do slow down. So we'll see. It's much more efficient, obviously. Better off for you as an individual to get cheaper gas, which is what we're getting at the moment. Brendan says, have you done any moon math for Zen's price, Superman? I have no idea where the price is going to go, Brendan. Absolutely no idea. Just speculation. I would be insane trying to do any prediction on this price. Anything's going to be wrong. You can make up all sorts of models, but yeah, I just don't think any model that anybody does, whether it's some brilliant mathematician, is going to come up with anything close to that, close to anything. Aiden says, hey, Superman, I think I did too much minting, champ. Just think of the gas fees, 365 days from yesterday. The bull run comes around. I don't know if it will be worth dollars months spent. It will, yeah. Well, you just have to find out. This is, for me, this is a bit of fun. And of course, an experiment. I think what's impressive is the network effect. And that is probably the biggest thing, the network and interest. And of course, the fact that it's hit the gas market, that's actually reaching a lot of people, right? A lot of people are finding out about it. And that is probably the winning ticket. So if it's going to win, it's this network effect that's really playing out. And of course, if you're going to strategize for it, getting in early, getting in on the weekends with lower gas prices is probably the winning ticket there. Win-win, hit 350K, did it? Nice. So let's have, this is a different topic, but we'll have a quick look at the win-win. This is going to be one of the most interesting speculative projects. Yeah, it's pretty on I have a probable list of probable projects and I have a speculative list. And of course, win-win there at the top there on the sacrifices. Let's have a look where this is going. 368,000. Not bad, not bad. This is a staking gambling hybrid. So they're going to have big jackpots. The jackpots are going to be famous. You guys, if you haven't heard about it now, you're probably going to hear about it by the time they launch on Pulsechain. It's going to be pretty crazy. So very nice one there, Brennan. Appreciate that. Matt and Barley says, I'm pretty sure Jack said, yes, contract will be copied over. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting too. So I expect you will get it all copied over. You'll be able to mint on both chains there. So cool. You just said you won't get a copy because you won't have minted your Zen. Hold my beer, says Jack. You just won't get a copy because you won't have minted. Well, you won't have minted it as no. Well, you won't get a copy of your liquid stuff. That's what I said. So that's consistent. If you haven't minted it when it goes to fork, you won't get it, but you will get it afterwards if there's a front end to the contract, which is getting copied over. So I don't think I said anything incorrect there. John says, yeah. And of course, Matt Barley says, anyone sold any yet? Poll, was it poll next time? Yeah, I was going to do a price poll, but I ended up not doing that. That's pretty cool. Hex Down Under says, I got 300 C rank. Well done, Hex Down Under. That's a really good C rank. That's a round where Jack got his. So that's pretty cool. That's fair enough. I understand, says Brennan. Yeah, cool. Hex Fetty says, let's go. Absolutely, 100%. And Adan says, this inflation for 8 years is putting me off. What are the chances that Jack will rethink of minting phase to 4 years cap inflation if the FOMO dies out after 2 years, champ? What do you think? Well, I don't think the check's immutable. The contract's immutable. So I don't think he can't access it himself. So it's one of the characteristics. So yeah, that's just what it's going to be. We'll see how it goes. At the moment, it's exciting the first couple of days. We'll see how it goes. That's all we can say. It's definitely having a big impact in terms of the number of wallets and virality. So that's probably it. All right. Also, and Matt says, also with gas, might be an idea to buy gas if we get that 12,000 tip and hold it for claim time. That will be cheap and have gone up, says Matt. Yeah, that's a good point. All right. If you've got stuff further out, it's always good to like if you got like Hex stakes, if you got Zen staking or anything like that, if you want to, particularly if there's anything that's got high S load function cost to it, then yeah, it's good to have some keep some ETH aside for that. If the value of ETH goes up, obviously, then you can cover those. It's a pretty good strategy. All right, I think we're up to an hour and 33. It's going. I think that's probably good. Now I'm going to paste this link in the Discord, so we'll have that there as well. Yeah, like I say, it's going to be a lot of fun. You will be getting a copy on Pulsechain, so it's going to be pretty good. So I look forward to that. And that means the whole enterprise, so liquid, minting, staking, all that sort of stuff, and Jack support. So that's pretty good. The contract's immutable. It's on the chain, so it's just getting copied over. So that's cool. What else are we going to go to? We've got any people that have just come in? No. If you haven't join Discord. Links in the video description. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And at the moment, we've got a bounce back in the price. Woohoo! Last 45 minutes here. Look at this. Back up to 1/10 of a penny. The buyers are currently winning at the moment. But of course, I suspect that it's going to face a lot of pressure in the price. We'll see how we get on when I do my next live stream tomorrow. And of course, we can see that price bouncing back there. It's slightly behind on MEXC, but otherwise doing pretty well. And of course, the actual chain there, we're up to 687,000. So 683 million, Zen in the contract. And of course, we can see the MEXC centralized exchange dominating with the volume. over 50%, and of course Uniswap following in behind, decentralized. Who wants to be some people's names on these things here? It's pretty funny. So some accounts holding some decent amounts. This is going to change a lot over time, right? A lot. All right, cool. Let's jump out of here and jump out of the calculator. All these links are in the Discord under. If you want to get all these links, they're in Discord under Pulsechain projects, new token links, and of course you can see there's a special profile on the XEN free claim there, and that's right at the bottom, just about. So you can add that plus this cool chart if you want to understand the basics. It's pretty cool. Very nice. All right, I think that's that. Let's close down some of the Pulsechain stuff. And let's get out of that. And yeah, I'll post this link here too. If you want to check out that article, I'll post that in the chat there as well. Pretty cool. Who else is in the house there? We've got Zach Blue. I think the chart will do some kind of U shape after the selling pressure on the day one dies off either way. Hey, Zach Blue, I kind of feel with you. I think maybe we could get that after day one. It will calm down a bit. Maybe day 3 or 4, we could start to see something happen. We definitely still got quite a bit of volume coming out over tomorrow and the next day. So I imagine it's going to be a fair amount of selling pressure. So I'm kind of picking maybe we might get a better pickup after, say, day 3, day 4. There'll be a lot more volume to buy. So if the bigger money wants to come in, they'll be able to get more volume too. So there's probably a bit of two things there. But yeah, I think that sounds right, that sort of shape. 11K and pray, says Brennan. Yeah, 11K and pray. Where's the movies, says Hex down there. Where's the hit movies? I emitted XEN from my PDC. Now I want to do it from my mobile's MetaMask and not connecting any device. XEN from my PDC. Now I want to do it from my mobile MetaMask, not connecting any device. Even though I asked got any advice in there because I haven't used the MetaMask to connect to it. I know that some people have had some issues with the mobile MetaMask. I think that there's a button, isn't there? A button you can connect within the browser on the MetaMask. I'm pretty sure you can do that. So I haven't actually logged on. So let me just go and do a log on here. I think that might be your issue. Let me know if it is, but that's typically what the problem is in the MetaMask. Let me just think here. Oh no, that's thinking of that. I'm just not sure where the settings is. I haven't actually done that for. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's in the MetaMask somewhere, but something in the browser, opening in the browser in the MetaMask, but I haven't done that myself. Just trying to think where that is under settings, maybe. Advanced? No, it's under one of these things on the MetaMask. Someone might know in the chat there. So if you know, if you could answer that, it'd be great. But there is something opening in a web browser or something. I think it might be the issue that you're having. But definitely try that. David B says supply will be massively boosted when 100 and 300 day mints come out. May well negatively hit the price. Yeah, definitely on those times. We've already shown that on this chart here. We've already got an idea of when the stuff's coming out here. So 100 days is this big one here. And of course, 300 days is here. But it actually gets bigger towards the end, which is unexpected. A lot of people long staking. This is the short stakers here coming out. Short minters, I should say, coming out. Day 1 here, big candle. Day 2 to day 30 is big. But of course, we can see that the first couple of days, we got a lot coming out in the first couple of days. So that's what I mean. That maybe day 3 or 4, we might ease off with any selling pressure. But that does, if we get enough buyers, if there's more big buyers willing to absorb this big volume avalanche, then definitely that might be the case. I'm market buying to pump my bag, says James Bond. That's funny. What's win-win, says James Bond. It's a staking gambling site. It's going to be one of my 2 speculative plays in that space. So we'll probably talk about that in the live stream, James. What else have we got going on there? You go non-stop suit, man. You must be all gassed out. Hope you have got time for family and your dog, if you got one, says James. Matt, no, I'm all good, Matt. I'm all good. We're going to wrap up shortly anyway in a couple of minutes. So I'll have some dinner and relax. James, win-win is never-ending lottery. Ticket to wealth. I think it's going to be pretty popular, Matt, because it's going to have massive big lotteries in it. It's going to be huge. So yeah, basically people stake there with multiple tokens, and there is a native token. You sort of get extra lottery. You basically forego 2/3 of your staking yield, and that yield goes into lotteries. So it means that you may not get the 2/3 of your yield, but you have a chance to win some massive lottery tickets every, I think, week, month, and quarter or something like that. And of course, they're massive. They're massive. I got a video on this channel from the founder. You can check that out. We interviewed the founder. It was pretty good. I think Jack will introduce utility for Zen when the moon time like Hedron. That'd be pretty amazing, especially if he's got some big partnerships. That'd be particularly good around the utility for a second phase of Zen. Hello, family. Caltex in the house. Good to see Caltex. Who else there? KD, you have to do this. Disconnect from the website through the MetaMask disconnect wallet, says KD. And MetaMask, you have to turn off a setting, says Briz. Nice one. Thanks for helping out, everybody. JSL says, I need to share something with you. Nice. Let's jump through some of this. Matt says, people were saying on Telegram chat last night that it wasn't working on the mobile. Not sure, maybe they had a bad Apple. Get an Oppo, says Matt. Timestamped. Nice. 4001. I'm not sure what that timestamp is, but that's cool. And Win-Win Finance, says Brennan. Nice. Should I be nervous, says Mix? I don't know about that. Privacy mode in MetaMask, says Briz. Nice. What else do we got going there? Brendan's, I'm not sure what you mean by 2,000 points. Is that for win-win? Win-win sacrifice, $1 for 2,000 points. Yeah, win-win will win. Devs and community is strong. Yeah, I think it's going to be one of the better speculative projects for sure. It seems like a very, very those big lotteries are going to be massive, and people are going to people will flock to those. You'll be able to stake and get a chance of lottery. I think that hybrid's a pretty good mechanism. 426,000 wallets, folks. Woohoo! Max term is at 380 days. AMP is at 2,999. And of course, the EAA there is still at 9.6. That will go down to 9.5 when we hit 500,000 wallets, which will probably happen overnight sometime. My time, because I'm in Kiwi land, and the current time is 8:45 in the evening, which is almost a good time to wrap up. So pretty cool. That there, I'm going to post that in the Discord, so you'll be able to see that as well. And of course, that's the market price is a bit of a rebound after that big sell-off. So cool. And it's also true on the mix there. All right, so let me close that down. I'm going to close down the gas. Is at 26 at the moment. And of course, Zen is dominating the gas. Let's see how it goes during the week, when a lot of the other users start to use the other dApps and of course a spin on the gas feed there. We're going to see how whether that dampens down the rate growth, the growth rate there of the Zen contract. Let's see. Very cool. I don't know if we've got anything new from Jack. Let's have a look. Nothing new from Jack there, so it's cool. And of course, I'll post this strategy also in there as well if you want to read that. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Special. Yes, correct, Superman, says Brennan. Nice. I think it's a good place to finish. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Take care, everybody. I will see you next time, of course. Catch me tomorrow for the first live stream or the main live stream. This was really a bonus. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to play out the Pulse Power City teaser. So take care, everybody. Bye for now. Woohoo! Peace. Subscribe.
Yeah.